The Senate will come to order. Committee reports.
May 28th, Committee on State, Veteran, and Military Affairs. After consideration of the merits, the committee recommends the following House Bill 1310 be referred to committee whole. Favorable recommendation placed on the consent calendar. May 28th, Committee on State, Veteran, and Military Affairs. After consideration of the merits, the committee recommends the following House Bill 1321 be referred favorably to Committee on Appropriations. May 28th, Committee on Finance. After consideration of the merits, the committee recommends the following Senate Bill 292 be referred favorably to Committee on Appropriations. May 28th, Committee on Finance. After consideration of the merits, the committee recommends the following Senate Bill 290 be referred favorably to Committee on Appropriations. May 28th, Committee on Finance. After consideration of the merits, committee recommends the following House Bill 1315 be referred favorably to Committee on Appropriations. May 28th, Committee on Appropriations. After consideration of the merits, the committee recommends the following Senate Bill 288 be referred to the Committee of the Whole. Favorable recommendation placed on the consent calendar. May 28th, Committee on Appropriations. After consideration of the merits, the committee recommends the following House Senate Bill 289 be referred as follows. So amended be referred to the Committee of the Whole. Favorable recommendation placed on the consent calendar. May 28th, Committee on Appropriations. After consideration of the merits, the committee recommends the following Senate Bill 291 be amended as follows. So amended be referred to the Committee of the Whole. Favorable recommendation placed on the consent calendar.
Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move a call of the Senate.
Call of the Senate has been moved and properly sustained. Will the sergeants close the doors, allow no senators to leave, and return all those who are absent back to the chamber?
So I got all present. Just got to mark them missing. Yep.
Click them absent when you get to these two. This got extremely small. Everybody else just click them absent.
Okay.
It's fine. Mark it. She's on a special assignment. She went to go get her. You know, this week is priority. No.
I just made that kind of
You know what's so
like,
funny?
oh wait.
You know what's funny is she says, "Can I go? Can you grab the brownies for me?" So I said, "Yes." Go off and sign some Ted. So she goes over here. Ted all of a sudden I hear she goes.
And I'm just like, you want to pass this out?
Sure. Yep.
Yeah, turn off.
The sergeants didn't close that door.
Will the clerk please call the roll call?
Bridges.
Absent.
Buckner. Coleman. Cook. Coram.
Good.
Danielson. Donovan.
Where's Carrie?
Fenberg. Fields. Gardner. Janal. Gonzalez. Hanson. Heisey. Holbert. Hawkins Lewis. Kirkmeyer. Colker. Lee. Liston. Lindeen. Moreno. Pedersen. Priola excused. Rankin. Rodriguez. Scott excused. Simpson. Smallwood excused. Sonnenberg. Story. Winter. Woodward. Zenzinger. I'm good, thank you. I had a couple of
Yeah, you don't need to start again. Just call them as they come in.
Yeah. So we got Bridges, we got Donovan, we got Hanson.
Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the call be raised.
The motion is to raise the call. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, no. The ayes having the call is raised.
It's 3 and 9 is 12. Minus 35 is 23, right? So we ready to roll?
Mr. Majority Leader.
They're wrapping up a final piece.
Okay, so I'll move the calendar, but let's not go into that.
Mr. Majority Leader.
I think they're on a break.
They're wrapping.
So maybe just make an announcement that we're going to do a special and then move it. And we have more people.
I don't know if everybody here votes. We're good.
You're not wrong. I mean, nope.
On, but we're gonna continue until the LAS guy gets here with his like magical computer to bump him up. He will not be on the screen,
Okay, but he is here.
but he is here.
Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, we are going to obviously take up a special order, second reading of bills, consent calendar. Finance Committee is wrapping right now, and they'll be reconvening, but they're going to recess, come down. So I'm going to make the motion for this calendar, but we won't actually start. So just so folks know, we won't do anything formally until they are here in the chamber. Mr. President, I move that we take up House Bill 1310, Senate Bill 288, Senate Bill 289, and Senate Bill 291 on special orders, second reading of bills, consent calendar at the hour of 6:52 p.m.
You have heard the motion. The motion is that the Senate take up those bills listed on the special orders consent calendar at the hour of 18:52. This requires a two-thirds majority vote. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The motion is adopted, and we will take up special orders consent calendar at the hour of 18:52. The Senate will stand in a brief recess. The Senate will come to order. Special order, second reading bills, consent calendar. Leader Holbert.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the Senate resolve itself into the Committee of the Whole for consideration of special orders, second reading of bills, consent calendar.
You have heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, no. The ayes having the motion is adopted. The Senate will resolve itself the Committee of the Whole for consideration of special orders, second reading of bills, consent calendar, and the Minority Leader Holbert will take the chair.
The committee will come to order. The court rule is relaxed. Will the clerk please read all of the titles? It is on. Hello. Mr. Panetta, please read all the titles of all the bills, on the special order, second reading of bills, consent calendar.
House Bill 1310 by Representative Cutter and Senator Rodriguez concerning additional protections for homeowners' freedom of expression in common interest communities under the Colorado Common Interest Ownership Act. Senate Bill 288 by Senators Moreno and Rankin, and concerning the creation of American Rescue Plan Act of 2021 cash fund to hold money that the state receives from the federal coronavirus state fiscal recovery fund until allocation by separate action. Senate Bill 289 by Senator Moreno and Rankin, concerning the creation of a cash fund consisting of certain money that the state receives from the federal coronavirus state fiscal recovery fund so that the money is available for the appropriation only in other legislation. Senate Bill 291 by Senators Fenberg and Holbert, concerning the transfer of $40 million to Colorado Economic Development Fund for the purpose of providing grants to businesses and for investing in economic development opportunities in response to negative economic impacts from the coronavirus pandemic from the newly created Economic Recovery and Relief Cash Fund, from which fund consists of certain money that the state receives from the federal coronavirus state fiscal recovery fund.
Majority Leader Fenberg.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move for the passage of all the bills on the special order second reading of bills consent calendar and their associated committee reports, which includes House Bill 1310, Senate Bill 288, Senate Bill 289, along with the Appropriations Committee report, and Senate Bill 291, along with the Appropriations Committee report.
Is there any discussion on the committee reports on the two bills that have them? Seeing none, the motion before us is the adoption of the committee reports. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the committee reports are adopted. Majority Leader, now the motion before us is the adoption of all the bills on the special orders second reading of bills consent calendar. Is there any, there is discussion. Senator Moreno.
Thank you.
Senator Moreno.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And, the senator from El Paso County during the Appropriations Committee had a suggestion, and I think it's a good one. Colleagues, this is $3.8 billion. This is transformative. This is huge for our state. And I know huge. It's huge for our state. And even though I know they're on consent and it is atypical for us to offer any words on consent, I do think it's important that we just recognize what we are doing here. We are appropriating $3.8 billion from the federal government. We are establishing the framework about how those dollars will eventually be allocated, because there's actually no allocations in this bill. It just is a cash fund that deposits the money. There is a splinter off, if you will, about $380 million for transportation. And then the other bills, for example, create a $1 billion revenue loss restoration account that is pursuant to federal guidance, the formula calculation that we will be able to utilize to strengthen the position of the general fund over the coming years. Lastly, the Economic Recovery and Relief Fund, which contains $848 million to be able to respond to the greatest needs in our state. So I just want to take a minute just to thank our colleagues on the other side of the aisle for joining us in this effort, for lending your support for these bills, because it is going to be transformative for our state. And these shouldn't be issues that are partisan. We should come together and figure out what are the needs that are most prevalent in our state and how can we work together to address those.
Further discussion. Senator Rankin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So I do want to make a statement about this, because last night and this morning there have been some extensive discussions about the three bills that are on the calendar. Not taken lightly. This is a very serious issue with a lot of money. But we do join in promoting or supporting the structure that's set up by these three bills for allocating, starting to allocate at least to the first level into various funds these monies. There will be a lot of discussions. One thing I want to emphasize is this is not like our stimulus spending. It might look a little bit like it, but this is a 4-year program. We can spend these monies, we can appropriate these monies through 2024 and then spend them even beyond that. So this will be with us for a long time after many of us are gone. And there will be a lot of discussions about a lot of bills that draw on these funds that we're setting up through this framework. So I just want to emphasize that we start this off together. I'm sure we'll have our differences as we go along on specific bills, but we are together in setting up this structure as we launch this very important effort.
Further discussion? Senator Gardner.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I appreciate that explanation by the senator from Carbondale and the senator from Commerce City. I think it's important to make this as a record, and I would hope we do so again on third reading, because at some point people from Colorado may want to look at this record and understand more about what our thinking was about the bills. I actually got myself recognized here to take exception to House Bill 1310, which has nothing to do with those three momentous bills. House Bill 1310 needs discussion on the floor, and I was shocked to see that it was included on this special orders calendar, and want to make record of my request that it be removed from consent for third reading for discussion.
Is there further discussion? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of all the bills listed on the special order second reading of bills consent calendar. All in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the bills are adopted. Before Majority Leader Fenberg comes to the mic, would anyone like to offer a motion to sine die?
Yes, please.
Majority Leader Fenberg.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move the committee rise and report.
Motion is for the Senate, or for the committee to rise and report. All in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, despite the effort, and the committee will rise and report.
The Senate will come to order. Mr. Minority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. Your committee has met and had a number of bills under consideration. Would the clerk please read the report?
Mr. President, your committee of the whole begs leave to report as had in consideration the following task bills being the second reading thereof makes the following recommendations thereon. Senate Bills 288, 289 as amended, 291 as amended, passed on second reading order and gross place calendar for third reading and final passage. House Bills 1310, passed on second reading order, revised and placed calendar for third reading and final passage.
Mr. Minority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the Senate adjourn signing. I move adoption of the report.
The motion is for the adoption of the committee of the whole report. Are there any no votes? With 32 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, and 3 excused, the committee of the whole report is adopted. Senate Bill 288, Senate Bill 289 is amended, Senate Bill 291 is amended, passed on second reading order, and gross placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage. House Bill 1310 passed on second reading order, revised and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage. Will the message from the governor?
Friday, May 8, 2021. Colorado Senate, honorable members of the Colorado Senate, pursuant to the authority vested in the office of the Governor of the State of Colorado, I have the honor to inform you that I have approved and filed with the Secretary of State the following act. Senate Bill 21, Audiology and Speech Language Interest Compact, approved on Friday, May 28, 11:45 a.m. Senate Bill 82, Alcoholic Beverage Festival for Tastings and Sales, approved on Friday, May 28, 11:45 a.m. Senate Bill 101, Sunset Direct Entry Midwives, approved on Friday, May 28, 11:45 a.m. Senate Bill 115, Annual Funding for the Talking Book Library Services, approved on Friday, May 28, 2021, 11:45 a.m. Senate Bill 136, Sunset Forest Health Advisory Council, approved on Friday, May 28, 11:45 a.m. Sincerely, Jared Polis, Governor.
Announcements. Senator Danielson.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just really quickly, folks, if you could file your files that are sitting at the end of your cabinet and clean up your desk, move things around so that the clerks don't have to stay here and clean up after we get to go home. I would think that would be a very nice thing to do as you prepare to leave. That way the folks can leave when we go. So just, if you wouldn't mind, please take a moment and take care of your files so they don't have to. Thanks.
Senator Story.
Thank you, Mr. President. Scratch what I said earlier about CDC meeting on Tuesday. Now we're going to meet on Wednesday at 7:30 instead.
Members, just as a reminder, I think you know this, based on the holiday weekend, the Senate will convene at 10 a.m. on Tuesday morning. Have a safe weekend. Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, thank you for all of your work. Apologies for the stop and start and the delays throughout the day, but that is the time of session we are in, and thank you for your work in working through all this behind the scenes, as well as the work that will continue this evening. I know several of you have a long drive home, so thank you for sticking with us. Appreciate it. Be safe. Have a great holiday weekend. Mr. President, I move that the Senate adjourn until Tuesday, June 1st, 2021 at 10 a.m.
You have heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The motion is adopted, and the Senate will stand in adjournment until 10:00 hours on Tuesday, June 1st, 2021.